family of NIST 800 controls. I'm going to focus right now on IA controls, which is identification and authorization. This is an interpretation of these controls. One of the hardest things that you do in security compliance is to interpret these controls. It's really your whole job. Interpretation of the controls and determining if your organization is effectively meeting those controls. Before you can assess whether or not they're effectively meeting those controls, before you can determine if they have implemented those controls, you have to understand what those controls are. This is focusing on what does an ISO, an Information System Security Officer, do with this particular control family. So this is identification and authorization. So when we're talking about the NIST controls, we're talking about 20 controls. We're focusing right now on just this one, IA controls, identification and authorization. We've got tons of other ones. And if you're interested in getting in deeper into these, you can go to ConvoCourses if you're not already on ConvoCourses and check out some free courses that talk about some of these controls. This particular family of controls, identification and authorization, has 20 set of controls. Now, when we're talking about controls, we're talking about security enhancements to your system that's going to protect your organization's confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So we're just trying to protect their data, right? A security control means, a good example of one would be what we're talking about now, which is username and passwords. That is a security control. And that's what this one is all about. How do we secure the system so that we know who has logged into the system and we know that that person has a specific level of access? The only way to really control that, identify everybody logging into the system and making sure that we control who has access to that system. That is what IA is all about, identification and authorization.